Hi, hello. Before I get into the reading, I'd like to make a quick little announcement. Uh, Call it a early Christmas gift present because this person, I'll put their channel on screen right now, has made the first ever fan-created content of the channel, of our channel, which is just kind of neat, and I wanted to bring attention to it. I don't know if I can put like a link to it in the description because I recall putting a link to something else. I think I put a link to this website where I've been reading The Loud House Revamped into a comment, and that may have gotten like the entire channel taken down. And frankly, I'd like to avoid anything like that happening again. So I hope that this is substantial enough. But anyways, just cool little moment in time for this channel that may even, who knows, maybe it'll become a regular occurrence if this whole thing works out. But without further ado, let me get into the joyful reading. Chapter 35. Enter Linka Loud. Wonderful, wonderful. It starts with me and Marie at the Loud House watching cartoons in the living room with Lincoln, Laney, Lily, and Jessie. Jessie? Right, Jessie. Laney is reading a book, of course. We then laugh at a funny moment. Ha 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 ha. Boy, he sure got hit good, I say. Yeah, that coyote just won't quit going after that roadrunner, says Lincoln. Well, at least it's fairly obvious. Yeah, what a goof, says Lily. Right into it, huh? A whooshing sound was heard, and we saw a strange light appear on the ceiling. What is that? Asks Marie. The light became a strange portal, and out came a girl with white hair like Lincoln's, with a hair clip in it, and she was dressed in an orange summer shirt and denim skirt, and she landed on the rug in front of the TV. Lincoln, that girl looks like a female version of you, I say. Yeah, she sure does, says Lincoln. Where am I? Asks question mark. You're in the Loud House, I say. She sees Lincoln and screams. You look like me, exclaims question mark. Eddie and the girls ran downstairs. Why only Eddie? What about Ed and Double D? I get Eddie's dating one of them for some reason, but come on. Like, how often in Ed, and Eddie were the three Eds even apart? Huh? Whatever. Okay. What's all this commotion about? Asks Eddie. Who is that here? Asks Lori. And why does she look like a female Lincoln? Asks Lola. That's what me and Lincoln were wondering, I say. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Linka Loud, says question mark. It's a pleasure to meet you, Linka. I'm James Knutson. Well, we're just gonna. Oh yeah, just normal. Get the introductions out of the way, because clearly that's the most important thing right now. Hold on. So, okay, I'm reading ahead. I shouldn't. I'm James Knutson, but call me JD. I say. I'm Vee, JD's fiance, says Vee. My name is Eddie. I moved from Atlanta. This is not important with my friends Ed and Ed. We call Ed Double D. Ow, my finger, says Eddie. It's a pleasure. You all look like female versions of my 11 brothers, says Linka. We were shocked to hear that. 11 brothers? Says Laney. You're from a flipped gender universe, I state. Matter of factly. Well, obvious. It's obvious. It's obvious. Especially to a bunch of kids. Of course it's obvious. Okay, I guess so, says Linka. It's a pleasure to me. Well, to her, it's not a gender flipped universe. It's gender flipped. It's pointless. Not important. It's a pleasure to meet you, Linka. I'm Lori Loud. Who's your brother version of me? Oh my god, we're gonna go through each fucking. I didn't want to curse, but each goddamn sister and be like, oh, who's my brother? Loki is his name? Okay, dope name though. His name is Loki, and he's the oldest, says Linka. He's named after Loki, the god of mischief, 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 and Norse mythology. Yeah, I yes, could just be a name. I mean, Lori isn't exactly a god of mischief, so in what why would her male counterpart be whatever, whatever. Boys will be boys. Yes, that's right, says Linka. I'm Lenny Loud. It's totes a pleasure. Who's my brother? Asks Lenny. His name is Loney. Okay, that's not as good of a name, says Linka. I'm Luna Loud. Pleasure, Dudette. Who's my brother? Asks Luna. Excuse me. His name is Luke, and he has a mohawk hairstyle, says Linka. I'm Lynn Loud. Who's my brother? His name is Lane, and he's a jokester. I'm Lynn Loud Jr., and I guess we share the same name. Yes, and we love sports. Yes, and the love of sports. Okay, shouldn't read too fast. Says Linka, my name is Lucy Loud. Is your brother version of me a goth too? Yes, but his name is Lars, says Linka. My name's Laney Loud. Who is my male version? Asks Laney. She asks, his name is Larry, and he's quiet and shy. Great, says Laney. Says Linka, oh god, I'm fucking this up. My name is Lana Loud. Who's my brother version? Asks Lana. His name is Leaf, and he likes to be filthy. People like to be filthy? Says Linka. Whatever. My name is Lola Loud. Who's my male side? Asks Lola. His name is Lex, and he likes to play rough and be clean. Plus, he has a camouflage car. Okay, says Linka. I'm Lisa Loud, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Who is my male counterpart? Asks Lisa. His name is Levy, and he's a scientist too, says Linka. Why are you assuming that Lisa's a scientist? Unless you walk downstairs with a lab coat on, beakers in her hand. Whatever. My name is Lily Loud. Biologically, I'm 15 months old, but because of special circumstances, I look like I'm 10 years old. Who is my counterpart? Asks Lily. His name is Leon, and he's a baby, says Linka. Oh, too bad. I guess Leon isn't worthy. My name is Lincoln Loud, and I'm the only son. I guess you and I are both very similar, says Lincoln. Yes, we are, Lincoln. I'm the only daughter. My best friend is Claudia, says Linka. Sorry to interrupt, but is that a female version of Clyde? Asks Marie. Oh, I wonder if it is. Why is Linka saying yes she is? You don't know who the fuck Clyde is. Sure, you could assume, context clues, but even still, it's a strange circumstance, you have to admit. I like reading comics, playing video games, and peace and quiet, says Linka. You and Jesse have a lot of things in common, says Jesse, who has been here for 2, 3 chapters and is apparently already well versed in all of Lincoln's mannerisms and idiosyncrasies. Sorry, I'm Jesse Banan. Bannon? Banan. I'll say Banan. I'm from another dimension, too. That's interesting, says Linka. You don't sound too interested. If I may ask, how did you get thrown into that portal? I ask. My brothers all were having a fight over a baseball card, says Linka. A baseball card, asks Furry. Why something so petty like that? Baseball cards are dope. Pokemon cards are dope. Sorry, getting off track. Why something so petty like that? Asks Laney. It started with Loki and Lonely getting the same card. It was a 1954 Ted Williams. Says Linka. I'm not into baseball cards. No offense. No offense, Lynn. Also, needless capitalization of the no right there, just a comma. But that card is worth 50. So you're okay, firstly, you're not into baseball cards, but you know how much that card is worth. That $50,000. And you feel the need to apologize that no offense. Look, it's fine, right? It's fine not being into baseball cards. But you only need to say no offense, Lynn, if it's oh, I'm Like, personally, I think baseball cards are stupid and are a waste of money. And then you say no offense, Lynn, because you are actively critiquing something she likes. Whatever. Wow, that's a lot. All that money for one baseball card, asks Lola. Yeah, I respond. None taken, by the way. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I was worried you were going to get mad at him. None taken, by the way, JD. I don't collect baseball cards anyways. Then why'd he say it? I play the sports. Then why'd he say it? You'd think JD would be such a good friend, he'd know that Lynn doesn't even collect baseball cards. Yeah, but the fight exploded into a erupting volcano and they decided to get rid of me for good. Why? Says Linka. Why? Linka started crying harder. They were fighting over a baseball card and that escalated into we gotta literally get rid of our sister. What was the thought process behind that? Was she keeping it from you? In which case, that's her fault. Laney came and comforted her. Use your words. They had sister fight protocol too. I think it'd be brother fight. Fuck. He literally okay. Asks Lori. Oh, or in Linka's case, brother fight protocol. Ha ha ha. And that is far worse than erupting volcano or DEFCON 1. I call that Jonestown Massacre or DEFCON 0. What's DEFCON 0? Asks Fareed. Hold on. Yeah, just had to make sure, but yes, the Jonestown Massacre was uh just mass suicide. You can call it suicide, but technically murder because like some cult leader gave a bunch of poison to a bunch of his members. A lot of kids were there, and I understand it. Like, don't get me wrong, it does a good job of getting across just how serious of an offense that the brothers did. But at the same time, it feels like just a bit I don't know, inappropriate, maybe even a little insensitive. But hey, you know, I'm just glad that they've been mentioned in this genuine piece of golden literature, and they've been immortalized, and I'm sure they'd be happy. So, um, leave it to James Knutson to give me a double take. What's DEFCON 0? Asks Vuri. It's something I made up. I think a lot of this stuff was made up. Like, for instance, Sister Fight Protocol, Brother Fight Protocol, made up. So, like, don't waste your time talking about how it's made up. It means that there is no defensive readiness and everything has been totally destroyed, says Vuri. Says I. Oh, says me. I say. How embarrassing. I messed up. Technically, it's not an actual DEFCON level, but that is the correct way to put it. Oops. Okay, to put it, says Lisa. We got to help Linka, says Vuri. I know, but like me, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, says Jessie. Linka is now stuck here. But don't worry, Linka. We will do everything we can to help you, says Vuri. You. You will? Asks Linka. Sure. That's what friends are for, and you can live in the loud house with the 50 other people that are here. I say. Linka came over to me and hugged me. Yeah, he's JD. Who wouldn't want to hug him? Linka came over to me and hugged me. Thank you, JD, says Linka. Oh, look at that. Her first thank you. Her first thank you of JD. Of JD specifically. You're welcome, I say. Lynn Sr. and Rita came in through the door. Hey guys, we're home, says Lynn Sr. Welcome home, Mr. Lynn. We have a rather interesting development for you, I say. Me, Vuri, and Linka explained everything to them. Why Vuri? Hell, why even you? Let Linka explain everything. She's the one from the other dimension. Anyways, explained everything to them, and Lynn Sr. and Rita were shocked. That's horrible, says Lynn Sr. What am I looking at? Whatever. That's horrible, says Lynn Sr. What your brothers did was absolutely horrible, says Rita. Yeah, but I feel like I'm happier here than I was at home. That did not take a long time. That was quick. She's just suppressing it. I'm sure James Knutson will do a masterful job of showing her mental state and her hurt, suppressed emotions, how they're affecting her, the fact that she misses her brothers, whatever. Okay. Feel happier than I was at home, says Linka. Let's see what's going on. What? Let's see what's going on. Watch, I say, chanting an incantation. Litio. What? Lithium-U. Whatever. I'm wasting time. Lithium-U. Sapuxio. Kilmesis? Kilme. Kilmesis? Kilmesis? Kilmesis. Why not? Blue fire formed a dimensional viewing window into Linka's dimension, and we saw Lynn Sr. and Rita's counterparts crying as the older boys were taken away in police cars, and the younger boys, minus Larry and Leon, were taken away by Child Protective Services. My brothers minus Larry and Leon are being taken away, asks Linka. Whoa, that is rough, says Laney. That's fucking awful, man. What? And why Child Protective Services? Child Protective Services takes children away from, like, parents who aren't fit to raise them. And as far as I could tell, the only reason that Linka went missing is because her brothers decided to get rid of her. But at the same time, I guess they wouldn't exactly believe that. Um, well, then again, they clearly do think that the brothers did something bad, and that's why they're taking them away. So yeah, leave the young ones with the parents. What did they do wrong? Whatever, whatever. And also, why are you able to just find I thought it was impossible to find the dimension. That was the main issue of why you couldn't send them back. But of course, JD can just find, oh no, so it's definitely different. Definitely different. Finding a window to the dimension, easy as pie. But finding like a, for lack of a better term, doorway, oh, impossible. Impossible. Okay, my brothers minus Laney are being taken away. Larry and Leon. Oops, says Linka. Whoa, that is rough, says Laney. This is probably what would have happened if we never got rid of the sister fight protocol. From the looks of things, me and Viri are not in that dimension at all. It must be a hellhole. This is the dark timeline, I say. Yeah, I can tell that this is really bad already, says Viri. You were right, JD. That protocol did only make things worse, says Lola. He's always right. And not just for us, but the entire neighborhood and our friends and relatives, says Lisa. And this version of you guys were fighting over a baseball card? It's $50,000, dude. I'd do it. I'd kill my. No, okay, that's too far. For a baseball card? Asks Lynn Sr. Not just any baseball card, Mr. Lynn. It was a 1954 Ted Williams. It's valued at $50,000 according to 2016 standards, I say. That's a lot of money for one little card, says Rita. There's a difference between Loki and Loney. Oh, Loki and Loney and Lori and Lenny. Lori and Lenny were fighting because they had the same kind of dress. Loki and Lenny were fighting because they both had 1954 Ted. Wait, if they both had, why would they both be fighting about each of them? The only reason I think that is because greed, and they want another $50,000, right? Lori and Lenny were like mad at each other because they didn't want to have matching dresses. So either these guys don't want to have matching baseball cards, which who the hell would care? I'd sell it as soon as I can for $50,000. Or they're so greedy that even though they have $50,000, they're going to fight their brother for the other $50,000. This is stupid. This is all stupid. That's $100,000 for both cards, says Ree. That's a lot of money, but I'm glad we got rid of the sister fight protocol, says Laney. Me too, says Lily. You know, Linka is taking it very well, seeing her family, who she only recently was separated from, get absolutely torn apart. Most of her brothers going to jail, the rest being taken away by CPS. Just okay. Me too, says Lily. Everyone agreed, and I closed the window. By the way, JD, could you see or hear us through that window? Could they see or hear us through that window? Asks Lucy. Fucking course not. No, they could not, Lucy. It was a viewing window that lets us look into that dimension, I say. Oh, I see, says Lucy. Duh. Lincoln was now a member of the Loud family in our dimension, and she and Lincoln now share the same room. The end. Another fanfiction complete. I wanted to make a special story where Linka comes into the Loud family because of a disastrous protocol. Linka wasn't getting any more attention on the show, so let me know what you think. See you next time. Wonderful. Chapter 36. Lightning strikes twice. It starts in another dimension. Oh, for the love. Watch out, Marvel. JD did it first, and he's gonna sue you. James Knudsen did it first. The Teen Titans are God, man. Like, was chapter 34 like the step into the really just no longer anything to do with the Loud House? Just random bullshit, whatever. The Teen Titans were fighting their nemesis, Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. He was proving to be one doozy of a challenge. It's over, Slade. The on the city is over, says Robin. It's just beginning, Robin. Oh, that's cool. That's cold. That's cold. Says Slade. Starfire punched Slade in the face and fired lasers from her eyes and burned his back. Slade screamed in pain. Robin, Beast Boy, Raven, Cyborg, and Terra combined their abilities and blew, blew him apart. Blew him apart, destroying him completely. Then, without warning, Starfire was hit by a bolt of green lightning from out of nowhere and in a vortex and out of nowhere and in a vortex opened up, and she, Raven, and Terra, all the girls, all the girls were sucked into it and were gone. They killed Slade. Firstly, he's like the Teen Titans nemesis. Yeah, they literally say that. So kind of crazy that they just casually, in like one swift movement, killed their biggest enemy. And, well, and they killed him. That's part of it. They literally killed him. In like a gruesome way. They apparently blew him apart. That's horrifying. Not my Teen Titans, dude. Hell, not even in the older one where they look more anime-esque and less child friendly-esque, which I can only assume, right? There isn't much Deathstroke in the Teen Titans Go, right? No, it'd probably be Teen Titans Go if it was. Okay, but even still, this is already on a great start. Starfire, Raven, Terra! Screams Robin. Dude, where'd they go? Asks Beast Boy. The vortex led to another. The vortex led to another dimension. Maybe we can find out where they have been taken. Cyborg, how do you know that? Okay, I could believe it. All right, all JD has to say is, "Oh yeah, I scanned it with my cybernetic parts." You know, that's all. That's all JD had to write, and it'd be like, "Okay, fine, okay, fine," because I don't know what Cyborg is capable of. So that's all you have to say. Bare minimum, man. Bare minimum. Me, Vary, the Eds, and Woody were over at the Loud House, of course, as a thunderstorm was going on outside. It was raining a lot. Rainy days are sure boring, huh? I love rain. Rain's awesome. It's water falling from the sky. It's as close to magic as we're gonna get in this boring universe. Okay. Um, rainy days sure are boring, huh? Asks me. I ask. Keep doing that. Yeah, but what can you do? Well, I feel like JD could. Hold on. Hold on. There. Snap his fingers and make it go away, but fucking whatever. What about Lainey? She's got wind powers. Uh that's weather powers adjacent. Whatever. Hell, we've even seen Lisa straight up like contact um a space station, ask them to change the weather, which I'm not even sure how that works, but there are options. Not that I expect JD to use or even remember any of them. He doesn't seem like what's the word? A good writer. Whatever. Yeah, but what can you do? Asks Furry. Hey, look over there, says Laney. We all see lightning bolts coming out of one spot in the storm. This was totally unheard of. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen lightning come out of a localized spot on a storm before. It's just coming out of that one spot. I say. Me neither, says Lori. This is strangely peculiar, says Double D. I sense something coming. Ah, his foresight. Everyone get down! I yell. I warn. Lightning struck through the window and hit Lincoln and Linka head on. It vanished 2 seconds later, and we get up and we see that Lincoln and Linka are unharmed. Linka, are you two all right? I ask, concerned. Yeah, I'm all right, says Linka. Me too, but I feel strange, says Lincoln. That's weird. There's no tornado. Usually, whenever one of us gets powers or a tornado envelops us, I was in a tornado of leaves. So this is what we're assuming. This is what we're assuming. The only thing that could imply that either of these two is getting superpowers is that Lincoln says he feels weird after being struck by lightning. Jesus. Calm. Water under the bridge. But no, I can't just ignore this. All right? Be more concerned. You just saw your brother and his basically your sister. Let's just call Linka their sister by now. You just saw your brother and your sister get struck by lightning, right? They say they're fine, but they feel funny. And your first thought is, is not that they're in shock because they just got struck by lightning. And typically that's very, very bad for humans, especially children, what with their weak bodies. But your first thought is, oh boy, it's time for them to get superpowers. I just hope to high hell that the only people that read this are smart people, smart enough to recognize that if there ever is a natural disaster, do not expect this to be anyone, especially your own chance to gain superpowers, okay? Whenever we get powers, tornado envelops us. I was in a tornado of leaves, says Laney. Mine was snow and ice, says Lana. Mine was fire, says Lola. Mine was wind, says Lori. Mine was darkness, says Lucy. Mine was glowing water, says Lily. Lincoln, Linka, can you see if you can do anything? I ask. We'll try, says Lincoln. Lincoln and Linka held out their hands and they fired a bolt of lightning that hit two chairs and reduced them to splinters. Cool, says Ed. Whoa, says Eddie. We were all amazed. Lincoln, Linka, you both have lightning powers. You don't say, I say. We do, exclaims Lincoln. Yeah, we do, says Linka as well. Hey, oh my god, how is this possible? Asks Lincoln. The lightning strike did it, says Laney. Let me check. I check my legends book, and I find a rather peculiar discovery. Lincoln, Linka, you guys have lightning powers because of the lightning of Hinan. Hinan? The Oh God, somebody in the comments told me how to pronounce this because I've been saying it as Iroquois or something, which is definitely not it, but I've already forgotten. Maybe it's Iroquois. Maybe the S is silent. I don't know. The God of Thunder. Okay. God of Thunder though. God of Thunder, not lightning. God of Thunder, not lightning. One of my biggest irks with about Thor, God of Thunder, is that he's got lightning powers. But whatever. According to this, he will grant two people. How lucky his powers of lightning with a when a hole in the fabric of time, space, and dimensions is opened up during a thunderstorm. It also says it also says you will also gain winged flight, super strength, and the ability to travel through any electric current. It also says It is also said that it will give lightning powers to anyone struck by lightning on the other side of wherever the hole either leads to or is coming from. So even if this Iroquois god of thunder does in fact exist, there's no way, right? I guess, of course, it's hard to believe any of these gods or whatever would grant anyone, especially children, their powers. But I mean, even if it were to grant powers, there's no way that the criteria is a hole in the fabric of time, space, and dimensions is opened during a thunderstorm. But whatever. Whatever. That's incredible, exclaims Lincoln. No kidding, says Linka. This is truly a shocking development, says Luann. Rimshot. Ha ha ha. Get it? Asks Luann. Good one, Luann. Ha ha ha. I laugh. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that was funny, says Eddie. But where will this hole come from? What? But where will this hole come from? Asks Veri. Oh, right. Guess we'll have to go and find out, I say. Me, Veri, Jesse, Woody, the Eds, the Loud Kids, Bobby, and Ronnie Ann went to the spot where the hole appeared over, and we saw an amazing sight. It was actually a wormhole from another dimension leading into our dimension. Lightning was lining the spinning walls of the wormhole and putting on an incredible display. We also could see right into it, and it was an extremely long tunnel that leads from another dimension to ours. I figured, wow, what a sight! It's like a white hole. Okay, I say. That's a good identification, JD. Thanks, Lisa. This is a wormhole. I've seen these in science fiction movies, I say. This is absolutely amazing, guys, says Double D. I can't see anything on the other end, says Veri. This is amazing. I thought these weren't real, says Lincoln. How is this one of the things you didn't think was real? Multiple people in your family, and now you have gotten superpowers. You are best friends with a guy who has multiple superpowers. You There are literal cartoon characters who have come to life in your universe, and other people from other universes have come into this one, or dimensions, whatever. And somehow a fucking wormhole is too much for you to believe in. Stellar. Me too, says Linka. Oh, fuck you, Linka. I'm I'm sorry. Just a little angry. Wow, what a sight, says Lynn. Boo Boo Bear, this is incredible, says Lori. Oh, right, because Bobby's there. I know, babe, says Bobby. We heard screaming coming from the wormhole. That's disconcerting. Something's coming through, says Jessie. I squint and I see 3 figures coming through. I see 3 figures, I say. They came closer and I recognized them immediately as the wormhole closed up and they fell from the clouds. That's Starfire, Raven, and Terra. Vuri, Lori, come on. There are more than just those two who can fly, right? Well, I guess there's only 3. Me, Vuri, and Lori spread our wings and flew up, and we caught them. Let's take them back to the house, I say, where they can live with the Louds. Look, man, the harem part is absolutely going to be bad, but just saying, Raven is like absolutely a pull. How old is Raven? You know what? Let's move on. Um, spread our wings, catch them, take them back to the house. Right, I say. We take them back to the house and lay them on the floor. On the floor? You have like a couch, don't you? And they start waking up. Are you okay? I ask. Yes, we are, says Starfire. Where are we? Asks Raven. You're in the Loud residence in Michigan, I answer. Michigan? How did we wind up here, guys? Asks Terra. I do not know, says Starfire, who I guess actually would talk like that. You were taken from your dimension through a wormhole into our dimension. Aha, of course, says Vuri. I remember, we were sucked in through that wormhole after Starfire got hit by that green lightning. Green lightning? Asks Lori. I don't know how that happened, I say. We should introduce ourselves. My name is Starfire. I came from the planet Tamaran. Tamaran, sure. I've heard a lot about how the fuck have you heard a lot about Tamaran? Tamaran. Tamaran. You know Tamaran. Fuck. Shit. Oh. Whew. I need like pills or something. I need water. Okay, I'm ready to keep going. I've heard a lot about Tamaran. It's a beautiful planet in the Centauri system. Like you've read about it in comic books, or are you implying it's a real place? I guess to them it's real in their dimension, but if you're implying it's real in this dimension, then should there not also be Teen Titans or at least a Starfire in this dimension as well? Who knows? Who cares? Who cares? Yes, my real name is Coriander. Coriander? Coriander. You know, good enough. And I'm the Princess of Tamaran. Wow, a princess. That's cool, says Vuri. It is, says Starfire. My name is Raven, and I come from the dimension Azarath, says Raven. I've heard of Azarath. Of course you have! Of course you have! It's a parallel dimension loaded with magic and dark history. And a dark history, I say. Yes, my real name is Rachel Roth. I like magic, says Raven. Says Ms. Roth. I like your style, Raven. You like dark and mysterious things like I do, says Lucy. Thank you, says Raven. My name is Tara. I was born here on Earth. I have Earth power. Yeah, okay. I don't know, something about that. Yes. Raven came from the dark dimension, so she's got dark powers. Starfire came from Tamaran, so she's got alien powers. And Terra, she came from Earth, so she has Earth powers. Fuck yeah, you have geokinesis. I've heard about it. It's like you. No one likes a know-it-all, James. So why do you have to be like, oh yes, I've heard about this and that and this? Afraid of looking like an idiot? You are an idiot. Objectively. You have geokinesis, I've heard about it, I say. Yes, my real name is Terra Markov, and I originally came from the kingdom of Markovia. Then maybe you should have Markovian powers. I'm the lone survivor of an extinct country. Did not know that, actually. I'm so sorry, Terra. It's okay. It's okay, says Terra. We all should introduce it. Oh no, you don't all have to. Do it off screen. My name is James Knudsen, but call me JD. I have lots of powers. That's wonderful. Oh, here we go. What kind of powers? Asks Starfire. Winged flight, superhuman strength and speed, shape-shifting, elemental control, telepathic and telekinetic powers, and light and dark magic. There's more that I haven't shown everyone, because I guess you just don't trust them. I say, are we forgetting something? Hold on. Yes, how could we forget? Hey, how could you forget mermaid sense? Huh? How could I remember it, actually? Whatever. I was gonna say, oh, what about fire powers, but he said elemental. Basically the same thing. Interesting, says Raven. My name is Vuri. JD is my fiance, says Vuri. Congratulations, you two, says Tara. Thanks, Tara, but it won't be official until 10 years from now. I'm glad every time there's a new character, they have to fucking do this whole rigmarole. That's cool. What powers do you have, Vuri? Asks Raven, apparently just assuming that Vuri has. I guess she is a mermaid, though I think she has legs right now, not a tail. That would be stupid. Winged flight, shapeshifting, cosmic hydrokinesis, aquatic communication, and more. What the fuck is cosmic hydrokinesis? Hydrokinesis, sure, yeah, all the way. Cosmic? Like what? Yes, star water. Space water. Okay, glorious, says Starfire. My name is Jesse Banan. I too am from another dimension, says Jesse. How did you get here? Asks Raven. We found Jesse in the forest, sinking in quicksand while retracing our steps to get back to a bed and breakfast and rescued her. I say, yes, I don't have any superpowers. Oh, not yet, but I am a ninth degree black belt, says Jesse. That's interesting, says Raven. Ooh, ooh, this is hurting me. My name is Woody Woodpecker. I don't have any superpowers, but I can peck through hardwood and solid concrete. I thought, like, wasn't Woody Woodpecker fast? Maybe not super speed or anything, but still fast. Wow, that's tough stuff, says Tara. Tara could probably do that a lot easier because she's got earth powers, but whatever. My name is Ed. I don't have any power. Like, okay, okay. You don't need to tell everyone that you don't have powers, but I have a knowledge of science fiction, fantasy, and horror books. Says Ed. Fascinating, says Raven. Thanks for the input, Raven. My name is Double D. Or wait, is he gonna? Okay, yeah. My name is Ed, but with two D's. But you can call me Double D. I don't have any powers, but I have smarts. Says Double D. You must be very. Is that what he said? Is that what he just said? Starfire, friend Starfire. Oh, callback. You must be very smart, says Starfire. My name is Eddie. It's nice to meet you, says Eddie. Same here, says Raven. I don't have any powers, but I do like making people laugh, says Eddie. That's okay. You got the pass from Terra. It's okay. My name is Lori Loud. I'm the eldest child of the family. I have winged flight and wind control, says Lori. Lori spreads her wings and forms tornadoes in both her hands. Glorious. How did you get your powers? Asks Starfire. I was blessed by the winds of Ga'o. Ga'o is the spirit of wind in Iroquois mythology. Absolutely butchering the name every time I say it. We have Iroquois in our heritage, says Laney. That's cool. I have a strong curiosity when it comes to Native American cultures. That came out of nowhere. Maybe it is just genuinely true, but I don't know. So Tara, my name is Lenny Loud. I'm the second child. I make great fashions. Wonderful. Says Lenny. Lenny doesn't have any superpowers, but her fashion designs are awesome. I say, I'll have to see them, says Starfire. My name is Luna Loud. I'm the third child of yours. It's a testament how boring this chapter is right now. I don't have any powers, but I like to play rock and roll, says Luna. That's cool, says Raven. My name is Luann Loud. I'm the fourth child, and I'm the jokester, says Luann. Luann is my girlfriend. She and I have a powerful bond. That's his superpower. Love. Anyways, Rimshot laughs. Get it? Asks Luann. Oh, I didn't do it right. Ha ha ha. Get it? Asks Luann. Me, Varee, Starfire, and Terra laugh. Okay. Ha ha ha. Good one, Eddie. I say. You are funny, Eddie, says Terra. Yeah. Oh, I just ha ha ha. Oh, I just got it. That one was funny, says Raven. Completely out of fucking character. How often does Raven laugh in either of the Teen Titans? Like, frankly, I have a hard time believing that a pun A bad pun, mind you. Would like it at best it's charming, but these are never funny. To have Raven of all people laugh at it is I'd say almost criminal. My name is Lynn Loud Jr. I am the sports master, says Lynn. You like playing sports? Asks Raven. That's what she just fucking said. That's what she just said. Yeah, it is awesome, says Lynn. What sports do you play? Asks Tara. Basketball, baseball, hockey, and more, says Lynn. My name is Lincoln Loud, and she's Linka Loud. We became twins, says Lincoln. We have lightning power, super strength, winged flight, and the ability to travel through electrical currents, says Linka. Honestly shocked it took this long for Lincoln to get a power. Lincoln and Linka got hit by the lightning of Hinnon. Hinnon is the god of thunder in the Rokuius myth. I say, that's interesting, says Tara. My name is Lucy Loud. I have dark powers because of the black lightning of Nott, the goddess of the night from Norse mythology. Says Lucy, you are truly blessed, Lucy. I have dark powers too. Watch. Raven finds an object and chants an incantation. Azrath Metrion Zinthos. A stream of pitch black energy comes out of her hands and it turns a plant pot into a pile of dust. Wow, what wonderful guests you are inside this random person's house who rescued you, and you would pay them by firstly being just generally insufferable, but that's more of a me problem, and also by destroying their property. You're awesome, Raven. You're so cool. What have they done to her? What has JD done to her? Okay. Anyways. Whoa, I say. Wicked. Maybe you can help me learn some more powers, Raven, says Lucy. I'd be happy to teach you, Lucy, says Raven. My name is Laney Loud, and I have plant powers. I got them from the Diamond of Gaia. Only those that are pure of heart can be granted them. Watch. Laney grows vines from her arms, and they became a sword. Whoa, leaf blade. Leaf blade. Anybody know that reference? Huh? Anybody know that reference? Leaf blade. It's not even. I'm sure most people know it. Anywho, that is neat, says Tara. My name is Lana Loud. I have ice powers because of the snowflake of Kion, the goddess of snow, says Lana, spreading her ice wings and has snow in her hands. My name is Lola Loud. I have fire powers because of the flame of. What was it, JD? Asks Lola. The flame of Gabija. How are you the only one who didn't know? Right? Oh, why is the snowflake of Kion easy to remember, but not the flame of Gabija? Gabija? Stupid name. The spirit of fire in Lithuanian myth. I may have just called like Lithuanian culture stupid. I'm sorry. I say thank you, says Lola, spreading her fire wings and has fire and flames in her hands. Lola and Lana are twins, I say. Glorious! Fire and ice are perfect for them, says Starfire. Thanks, Starfire, says Lana. My name is Lisa Loud. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I have no powers, unfortunately, but I am a scientist, says Lisa. Interesting, says Raven. And my name is Lily Loud. Biologically, I'm 15 months old, but I was blessed by the glowing water of Coventina, the Celtic goddess of water in Irish myth, and oh my god, and it transformed me into a 10-year-old. Says Lily. That's unusual, says Tara. Lily spread her wings of glowing blue water, and she had water swirling around her hands. That's cool. That's cool, says Raven. That's cool. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Bobby Santiago, and this is my mom Maria and my little sister Ronnie Ann, says Bobby. Pleasure, says Raven. So, what were you all doing in your dimension before you arrived here? I ask. We were fighting Slade. You mean killing? You mean killing Slade? You were killing Slade. In fact, killed. You killed Slade, says Starfire. Oh, man, I'm having fun. Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, I ask. That's him. He was about to destroy the city, and we destroyed him. There it is, says Raven. Slade caused lots of problems for us back home. We combined our abilities and finished him for good. Like, come on, man. I know technically it wasn't exactly the worst thing for them to do, you know? At the end of the day, sometimes you have to kill a person in order to protect others, but, like, that's like mostly for real life. In the world of comics and superheroes, leave the really interesting, the really cool, the actually threatening villains alive. At least for like a proper climax, not just some random fight where after one little combo hit from the team, he dies. Okay? Just because he's a bad person doesn't mean he's a bad character. He's an awesome character. At least from what I could tell. I didn't watch too much Teen Titans. Okay, look, if James Knutson has any chapters where he has a fucking crossover with Gumball Watterson, boom, I'm all over it. I'm all, because that's my bread and butter. Maybe even a little Ben 10. Nah, no, I don't know as much about Ben 10 as I thought just now. Anyways, that's him. He was about to, we destroyed him, so he caused a lot of problems. We finished him for good. Well, that's good. I'm glad he's gone forever, says Lincoln. Me too. I've heard a lot about his skills in martial arts and how cunning and evil he is. Yeah, exactly. He's dope. He's a dope fucking villain. But now he's dead. Keyword, he was our most dangerous enemy, says Raven. He got what was coming to him, says Tara. Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Starfire, myself, and Tara combined our abilities and destroyed him for good. Like, two of you did what? Am I crazy, or was it not just Starfire hitting him and then maybe one or two other members? Who cares? Who cares? Anyways, destroyed him for good, says Raven. Wow, he got what he deserved big time, says Marie. Starfire then felt a pain in her back and she suddenly sprouted green angel wings. Of fucking course she did. We all gasped. Is it effect of the lightning of Hinan? Why are you giving fucking Starfire lightning powers? She has lasers that she can shoot. She has flight already. She's probably got some degree of super strength. Like, come on. Why would it, like, come on. You know how pissed I'd be if I lived in that dimension and saw a person who has superpowers get more superpowers? And here I am, a basic, stupid, worthless piece of crap nobody. Okay, I dug into this fantasy version of me a little too hard. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he's a good guy. Nothing compared to JD though. Back in the Teen Titans dimension, Cyborg found out which dimension Starfire, Raven, and Terra were in. You mean to tell me? Oh, you mean to tell me that the very reason that they couldn't simply send Jesse and Linka back is because it would be too hard finding the dimension, and Cyborg does it in a chapter, in one chapter. And from what I'm reading, hold on. All right, I found the dimension, and I built us a dimensional transporter into each of our communicators, but it's a one-time use. Once we use it, we will be stuck there forever. Well, it's a good thing you killed one supervillain and left all the rest. I mean, I'm sure there are other superheroes, but even still, hardly an excuse, says Cyborg. That's a chance I'll take, says Robin. Wait! Calls out question mark. In came Cole, Bumblebee, Volcana, and Argent. We're coming with you. I don't know who any of those are. Actually, I think I know who Bumblebee is, but whatever. We're coming with you, says Cole. Yeah, we got your message and we want to be with our friends again, says Bumblebee. Okay, but what is Volcana doing here? Asks Robin. Me and her met up, and I decided to help her renounce her criminal ways. Oh, right, but Slade deserves to be ripped apart and fucking killed. And but Volcana's totally fine. I'm sure if she's even slightly attractive, she's gonna get a second chance. Then again, Slade Slade is attractive. Don't get me wrong. I'm straight and I love women and all their women parts. But Slade, come on. The voice, good build, tall. I guess the evil isn't exactly a good thing, and I don't know what he looks like. I don't remember what he looks like without his mask. But you'd have to be an idiot not to think Slade is attractive. What am I talking about? The Loud House Revamped. Criminal ways. I want to redeem myself and I want to help people in need, says Volcana. Well, you made the right choice. What about Jinx? Huh? Isn't there like a romance between Jinx and Cyborg? If anybody deserves to fucking get redeemed, it's fucking Jinx, right? I thought there was at least. Well, you made the right choice, says Cyborg. All right, let's go, says Robin. A dimensional portal opened up and they went in. Wait, how the fuck can you make a dimensional transporter, built it into a communicator, but not be able to make another? I understand it's a one-time use, but you could totally just make another. Like, you gotta go to that dimension, get your friends, teleport back. It's not hard. Whatever. Back in the living room at the Loud House, everyone was talking when a portal opened up. God, you're just overloading with characters already. Now what? I ask. Out of the portal came Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Cole, Bumblebee, Argent, and Volcana. Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Cole, Bumblebee, Argent, and Volcana, I exclaim. Robin! Screams, yells, cheers, Starfire, hugging him. I'm so glad you're okay, Star, and you look even more beautiful with wings, he says. Like, that doesn't even throw him off a little bit. Starfire and Robin kissed. What? I thought for sure Starfire was going to be part of JD's harem later on. Maybe Robin will have an accident. Beast Boy! Exclaims Terra, hugging him. What? What? I thought Beast Boy and Raven were a thing. In fact, I actually really like the whole Beast Boy and Raven thing. You know? Distant, cold girl has her icy exterior melted away by charismatic, goofy guy. Guy is his name, actually, isn't it? Beast Boy's name is Guy something. Funny. Okay. Maybe it's from Teen Titans. I don't know. Maybe there's something I didn't see. Beast Boy, says Terra, hugging him. I'm glad you're okay, Terra, says Beast Boy. Me too, says Terra. Cyborg, I'm glad you're here. Cole, Bumblebee, Argent. It's great to see you again, says Raven. You too, Raven, says Cole. Same here, says Argent. Glad you're okay, Raven, says Bumblebee. We're glad you three are okay, says Cyborg. Why is Volcana here? Asks Starfire suspiciously. She wants to redeem herself for all the wrong she's caused by helping people in need, says Argent. Well, that's good, says Raven. We later sit down at the living room and had a nice chat and dinner. Lola asked Volcana to teach her some more fire powers, and she accepted. Lots of stuff went down. The Teen Titans now live in the Loud House. I used my magic to make the Loud House bigger than before. Great. Why you though? Double D made it bigger at the beginning. You know, you can't have this many characters and then barely ever use them, right? If they've got a role, let them fulfill it. Okay? Even if it doesn't make much sense, at the very least, it's nice to see them being used, right? So even though Double D making the house bigger doesn't make sense when you consider Lola or Lana, whichever one is supposed to be the handyman, exists, at the very least, just make it so that he has that consistently. Because as far as I can tell, the only Ed that you are consistently using is Eddie. Double D and Ed come in occasionally and say one or two things of very little importance, and that's it. Whatever. The end. Another fanfiction done. I wanted to do a crossover with Teen Titans and a little bit of Justice League to the mix. I wanted to have Volcana set on the path of redemption. Tell me what you think, what you all think. See you next time. All characters of Teen Titans and Justice League are owned by DC Comics and the Cartoon Network. Okay, that was a good one. Chapter 37, Fury of the Earth. The episode starts 2 days after a soccer match between Lynn and her enemy, Betsy Davis. Betsy Davis. Betsy broke her leg, and now it becomes personal for her. She broke. Okay, she broke Lynn's leg, and now it becomes personal for her. I would like to thank JFM Studios for the idea and inspiration. I guess we've got someone new to blame. Me, Veri, Eddie, Lynn's siblings, Volcana, Starfire, Argent, Raven, and Terra, Jesse. Why Raven and Terra? Why is Raven and Terra separated with an and? And then Jesse and Clyde? Okay, well, that's because that's the end of the comma. Z. God, I hate the way he writes, and I hope it gets better, but we're trying to help Lynn we're trying to help Lynn after Betsy Davis broke Lynn's leg with a powerful kick to her shin. This stinks. I can't play sports for 8 to 10 weeks. That stupid Betsy. I will destroy her for this. I already know where this is going, says Lynn. Lynn had vowed to get revenge on her for breaking her leg. I just heard her say it. Why would Betsy break your leg like this, Lynn? Asks Lincoln. She's jealous of me, that's why, says Lynn. That girl needs to be taught a lesson in respect and friendship, says Starfire. I can't argue with that, Starfire. What she did was completely unacceptable. I say, hey, okay, hasn't JD literally healed people multiple times? Once of the flu, once of something else. I know Viri did some kind of healing water. which, like, really, I feel like could just be used right now. It doesn't make what Betsy Davis did any better, although I would like to think it's an accident. I personally would assume it's an accident before, unless it's, blatantly obvious. But benefit of the doubt is a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I think these guys could use it a lot more. But anyways, you could totally just heal her leg. Moving on. Well, I can't argue with that, Starfire. What she did is completely unacceptable. I said I agree, Lynn. I'm going after her. This is very. Yeah, okay. That was a quick decision. Lynn looked at her with shock. Why, Vary? Asks Raven. Betsy needs to pay for this. She deprived Lynn the use of her leg, and we can't let her get away with this. Sports are Lynn's life, and we have to make sure Betsy gets what's coming to her, says Vary. I agree with you on that, Vary, says Tara. She may have henchmen with her, so we'll go with you, I say. Yeah, we'll be like Lynn's avenging angels, so to speak, says Linka. What if you were Lynn's Team Loud Phoenix Storm? Whatever. Avenging Angels? I like the sound of that, I say. So cool. So cool. I pick up the phone and dial Betsy's number, and she answers it. Hello? Asks Betsy. Hello, is this Betsy Davis? He, like, prank calls her. Is your refrigerator running? And then he blasts her with a sonic boom, sends her skeleton out of her body, and she dies. I genuinely think JD would be less dangerous if he just had a gun. Just a pistol. No powers, just a pistol. I'll let him keep mermaid sense. Yeah, in my head canon. Hello, Betsy. My name is JD Nutson, and I'm a friend of Lynn Loud, the girl whose leg you broke. I say. Oh, call to congratulate me on breaking that loser's leg? Asks Betsy, who, for some for some reason, would assume such a stupid, idiotic thing. But hey, she's got to be portrayed as a really, really, really mean person. That way, you don't have to feel bad when like the all the Louds and JD and who else, who God knows who else comes in and literally chops her in half or freezes her eyes shut and then gouges them out with leaf vines and then uses wind powers to send her into orbit. Whatever. Hello, Betsy. Blah blah blah. No, I called because we challenge you to a fight. I say, taunting. Oh wait, unless of course you're a loser chicken. I taunt, clucking like a chicken. Bok 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 ah. We challenge you to a fight. Like, okay, even if Betsy was like, come on, come on. Yeah, I don't care how tough you think you are, Betsy. Any more than one person, I'm already out, okay? Unless I'm trained in some sort of professional hand-to-hand combat, but I doubt it. Maybe Betsy will win this fight. Maybe. You know what? I'll do like a 5-hour reading if any of the people that JD plans to get revenge on, quote unquote, ever actually wins against him, which is a pretty safe bet. Anyways, Betsy gets enraged. Oh, it's on! I will destroy you! Name the place and I will be there, says Betsy, infuriated. Royal Woods Park, 20 minutes, and bring some friends. Be there or be square, I say, hanging up. Well, at least he's honorable enough to tell her to bring friends, but, like, if you're trying to get revenge on somebody, why would you tell them to bring friends? Stupid. Let's move out, I say. He's so cool. He's so cool. 20 minutes later, me, Vary, the Eds, and oh my god, really? Everyone? I hope Betsy brought a lot of friends. It's gonna be a fucking war scene. 20 minutes later, me, Vary, the Eds, the Loud Kid, Starfire, Volcana, Argent. I don't know who Argent is. Raven, Tara, Jesse, and Clyde. I know that Argent's part of the story. I just don't know who she is. Or he. Who knows? And Clyde were at the park, and we saw Betsy coming, and she had 10 friends. 10? Dude, that's less than the entire Loud family, I think. I don't care enough to count. Lynn was with them in a wheelchair. Well, thank God. Thank God. I guess she's just there to watch, I assume. Or maybe she's gonna get fucking superpowers. Anyways, so you all came. Good, and we see that you know a street. What? Good, and we see that you know a street gang. Perfect. Is that, are you implying that the friends that she brought are from oh, right, I didn't even read the last part. My bad. Betsy coming and she had 10 friends with her. They were all delinquent thugs. Good, good. Because, they have to be. They have to be. Because if they weren't, there'd be some little itty bitty bit of moral um hang ups about beating them up and killing them. Great, great, okay. Where was I? You know, a street gang, perfect, I say. Why is that perfect, though? Can't it just be like, wouldn't it, I would be all like a typical, you know? Because if I didn't think highly of Betsy? Yeah, Betsy, I'd be all like, oh, of course all your friends are thugs or some shit like that. Anyways, yes, now we will destroy you. I see Lynn is with you. Is she here to fight too? Asks Betsy. That's stupid. No, she's gonna sit back and enjoy the show while we fight you to the finish. I say, cracking my knuckles. Hold on. Oop, I got one. Damn, really? It's because I do it too often. Oop, there's one. Anyways. Luann, Lenny, oh, no, it's Luna, Lenny, Luann, Lisa, Eds. You guys stay back and watch Lynn. The rest of you come with us. This is gonna be rough. Says Vee. Kick their butts, dude, says Luna. We intend to, Vee. You take Betsy, we'll take the rest. Why is Vee fighting Betsy? I don't know. Honestly, it feels like JD or like any of the Louds would do it. It is their sister after all, but whatever. You got it, says Vree. Get them! Commands Betsy. We charge battle one? Oh fucking okay. We charge and the fight erupts into a full-scale massacre. That's not good. Battle one, Jesse versus Max. Max delivered a punch. Oops. Jesse delivered a punch to Max's face, a kick to his crotch and stomach, and a haymaker to his back and a back? What is with okay, I acting like it's a common thing that keeps happening, but it's just weird how people keep hitting the back. I don't know. It seems both cowardly and inefficient, right? I feel like my back is. I mean, unless it's a knife, I guess my back isn't going to do much. But I'd rather get punched in the back than in the chest or the face or. Anyways, oh my God! Wait, sorry, I'm reading ahead. And an uppercut to Max's chin. Max tried to fight back, but Jesse blocked all his strikes with no problem. Whoa, Jesse's so cool. Max then pulled out a jackal dagger, whatever that is, and tried to slash her. But she hit his hand and knocked it out of his hand, and leg sweeped him and kicked him in the back and sent him into the air, and he landed on the ground with a big thud. Max was knocked out. That was cool. Jesse took his knife and kept it as a trophy. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen Jesse fight like that, says Lynn. You've never seen Jesse fight, period, Lynn. She's a degree black belt, dude. Yeah, we know, says Luna. She can punch their lights out. That's Luann. James Knudsen. That isn't a pun. That isn't a pun. Maybe if like something happened, like for some reason they had like a flashlight with them and she broke the flashlight, or if for some weird thing with like a bowl of punch that like the drink got on like Jesse's hand or something, then it would be a pun. But no, no. You described her punching a guy, and that is exactly what she did. It's not a pun, it's an observation in this scenario. So, does James think that a pun is simply emphasizing some a certain word that was like important or has a lot of oh man. Rimshot and laughs. Get it? Asks Luann. Ha ha ha, good one, Luann, says Eddie. I, d- I can't like explain comedy theory to James here. like he's listening. God, it's just so bad, man. Battle 2. Lori versus Megan. Lori punched Megan in the nose, used her wind powers, and blew her into a tree. Megan got up and charged, and Lori dealt multiple kicks to her face. And Megan was weak and tired, and Lori headbutted Megan and knocked her out. That one was very short. Wow, that felt good, says Lori. Hurting people makes me feel good too. Lori is amazing, says Lenny. No kidding, she pulverized her, says Lynn. Alright, battle 3. Lincoln and Linka versus Tori and Corey. Okay. You guys are twins too, says Lincoln. It's a living, says Tori. We make the best out of it. Now let's see what you got, says Corey. These guys don't really seem too evil, but I guess they're part of the delinquent gang, so. With pleasure, says Linka. Lincoln and Linka worked together and punched them in the face, kicked them in the stomach, uppercut their chins, kicked their arms, and electrocuted them with their lightning powers, knocking them out. With super strength, though, and considering these people are probably at the oldest teenagers, this would almost certainly rip their bodies apart and kill them. But it's okay, because it's cartoon logic. You could stab them for all I care. Knocking them out. Right on, bro and sis, says Luna. Lynn was proud of her little brother and sister. Battle 4. Lucy versus Gaz. Not Invader Zim's Gaz. Ha ha ha. Anyways, who names their kid Gaz? Anyways, so you're a goth girl too, of course. I'm sorry, did Betsy, know who she was going up against and prepared appropriately? Like, oh yeah, I need gang members who are goths, who are twins, who are this and that and this. Uh, Make sure they're all the right ages so that everyone can fight their appropriate age. Like, at least she's got good planning. I want to see them fight like an actual person who can fight back, Powers, superpowers. Kind of a pussy move to have only the superpowered kids, and I guess Jesse, who's ninth degree black belt, fight. But whatever, whatever. With great power comes great revenge. Okay, so you're a goth girl too, says Lucy. Yes, I am, and I will destroy you, says Gaz. Bring it, says Lucy. Lucy spread her wings and punched Gaz in the mouth and knocked out her teeth and fired black lightning at her and it turned Gaz's burned what? Oh, and it burned a hole in her clothes and Lucy saw bruises and more. That's fucked up, man. Like what? Yeah, burnt a hole in her clothing so that we could get the audience, and I guess Lucy too, could get visual confirmation that she's being hurt. Thank you. Thank you. Gasp. The gang has been abusing you, haven't they? Never mind. It's much worse. It's a new character that's going to be added to the roster. Probably not, but even still. Even still. Out of everyone here, this is the one that's like redemption worthy? Why even have any of them be redemption worthy? Was it because I don't know, your type is goth, James. And you just have to have all the goth characters actually be really good. Even though, like, in a cartoon setting, I feel like goth people would be stereotypically antagonistic. Whatever. Gasp, the gang has been abusing you, haven't they? Asks Lucy. Yes, they have. How did you know that? Asks Gaz. I can tell because of the bruises on your back. These are bad. I can also sense pain in you. Oh, because obviously. The bruises could have been from anything, but thankfully, she can sense pain in you. Then again, bruises hurt, so what the fuck is the point? How would you know? You haven't had your parents beat you up on a daily basis? You've never had to run away? Says Gaz? Where is this coming from? Is Gaz an actual character in the show or something? What the hell? Why did James decide to give this awful backstory to this random goon who was fucking fighting Lucy? Oh my god. Luna came over. Wait. Oops. Gasp. That is terrible what you've been through. You're right. I didn't experience what you went through, but I can tell that you've had it worse than most people, says Lucy. Luna came over. That is awful. What you went through, dude. Gaz, I'm so sorry for what your parents did to you. Let's go sit down and you can tell us what happened, says Luna. Okay, says Gaz. Fucking. As Lisa was looking Gaz over, she explained her background. This is less of a battle now, but my past has always been a dark one. My family has always been abusive to me. I come from the Chicago projects. Uh-oh, says Gaz. I've heard about the Chicago projects. Living there is a death sentence, says Luann. That wasn't very funny, Luann. For me, it was a nightmare. My father was a raging drinker, and my mother was a drug addict. But they started all that I. But they started all that when I turned 8 years old. My parents would beat me up all the times because they saw me as a monster that needs to be destroyed. I ran away and I started a life of crime to vent my hatred towards my parents. I hate them, says Gaz. It's okay. You've got Team Loud Phoenix Storm to help you get revenge on them. Luann Luann came and hugged and comforted her. That is just awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Gaz, says Luann. My real name is Shannon Duluth, says Gaz. Then why is your name Gaz? What kind of stupid ass nickname is Gaz? Just be Shannon, bro. I'm so sorry, Shannon. We'll do everything we can to help you. What your parents did to you was unacceptable, says Lynn. I agree. Do you have any family you can turn to? Asks Lucy. Shannon/Gaz, are you kidding me? No, my dad killed them all? Do you have any family? Your dad killed your whole family. Boo hoo hoo. He destroyed and ruined everything for me, says Shannon/Gaz. Wonderful. Oh man, that is horrible. Thanks, Eddie. Shannon, I am so sorry. No one should ever have to go through that, says Double D. I agree with you on that, Double D, says Ed. Shannon let out all her pain and sadness and was starting to feel better. How long is this? I'm only halfway through. Oh, the joy of the joy. Um, Battle 5, Laney versus Yuki. I don't know why I said it Yucky. There's no way it's pronounced Yucky. Yuki. A girl that looks like Tenchi Universe's Yuki. I don't know what that is. Laney was fighting Yuki, and she headbutted her in the nose and punched her in the mouth. Laney kicked her in the stomach, punched her in the back. What is with the back hits, dude? And Roundhouse kicked her in the leg. Laney used her plant powers and made a whip of poison ivy and lashed her across the back. Dude, okay, so you're basically whipping her with poison ivy? Laney, you are fucking evil. And poisoned her with the chemical in poison ivy. Okay. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I mean, poison ivy isn't nice or anything, but I know like the villain poison ivy can do some bad stuff with whatever poisons. Yuki was itching like crazy. Laney then knocked her out with a spinning axe kicks to her face. Then why'd you even bother with the poison ivy? How's that for girl power? Asks Laney, who, keep in mind, is not the first. In fact, she's the fifth battle, and all the other battles have been mostly girls fighting, except Lincoln and whoever that guy, Max. But hey, whatever. Well, that was awesome. Laney got her good, says Lynn. Battle. Oh, wow, these ones are short. Battle 6, Lana and Lola versus Boomer, Brick, and Butch. No, it's not the rowdy rough boys, but some kids that look like them. Then why are you naming them that? What, as a reference? Because I don't understand it. Because either you're referencing it because you like it, in which case that's kind of strange. Why would you reference something that you like in a book where they're not a book in a fan fiction where you're literally about to beat up their counterparts? Or if you don't like them, then why not just have them be these people? Clearly, there's all sorts of dimensional shit, living cartoon characters. Just have them be Boomer, Brick, and Butch, and have your characters beat them up. Oh man, Lana and Lola fought the three boys and pulverized all three of them and blasted them with their fire and ice powers until they were knocked out. I'm just glad, it could be literally anything. Could be fire, could be ice, could be wind, could be whatever. It's just always they blast them with their blank powers and then they're knocked out. JD versus Tone. Oh, this is the big one. In fact, this looks like the longest so far. Then again, it might also just be the last one. Battle 7, JD versus Tone. I was facing Tone and I punched him in the mouth and knocked out some of his teeth and kneed him in the chin and grabbed him and threw him into a tree, knocking him out. That was it. Oh, I didn't even see the final battle. Fucking stupid. That's for me. Just for making me mad, I say. That's so cool, JD. End your life. Okay. Too far, too far, too far. Final battle. Vuri versus Betsy. Vuri punched Betsy in the nose, kicked her in the leg, and sweeped her and kicked her in the back. Again with the back. Betsy went into the air and landed on the ground with a big thud. That must have hurt, said Vuri. Without warning, a massive earthquake rattled the park. An earthquake! I exclaimed. I checked my phone and see that the epicenter is right on top of where Lynn is, and it measured at 9.5 on the Richter scale. Tara, you're not causing an earthquake, are you? Why would she do that over Lynn? I ask. No, it's not me, guys, says Tara. Then stop it. That seems like something you might be able to do. If it's not you, then who? I ask. A tornado of dirt. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming? A tornado of dirt, rocks, and dust swirled around Lynn. Another elemental choosing, exclaims Lainey. Yay! When the tornado died down, Lynn was totally healed up. What happened? I feel weird. Wait a second, says Lynn. Lynn held out her hand and caused a pillar of rock to form out of the ground. Lynn, you have earth powers! I state the obvious. I do! Now it's time for some fun, says Lynn. Yeah, real brave of you to decide to. I guess you had the broken leg, but even still. You know, you literally got healed and magic powers, and now you're going to fight the Betsy? Lynn then had a bunch of rocks float around her, and she threw them at Betsy, and they all hit her, and she was knocked out. We all won! Who could have seen that coming? I said. We all start cheering as as the cops arrive. Betsy and her delinquent friends, minus Shannon/Gaz, just call her one or the other, right? You don't say, James Knutson/JD for you, do you? Do you? You don't. You don't say Ed/Double D for Double D, do you? Nice work, guys. We've been after this street gang for years, says Officer Paul. Thanks, Officer Paul. Betsy called on that street gang and we fought them, and Betsy broke Lynn's leg, and she should be getting the maximum penalty allowed for breaking. I hope you mean for breaking a leg. It's like, oh yeah, here's like a $10 fine. Obviously, it's probably more than that. Probably even some time in prison, maybe. Who knows? Well, I don't know how old she is. Who cares? Um. Anyways, unless he's implying that breaking Lynn's leg was so bad, Betsy deserves life in prison, solitary confinement, maybe even death. Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me. I can't argue with that. Are you guys okay after that earthquake? Asks Officer Paul. Yes, we're all fine. Make sure those clods get in big time. Oh, get it big time, I say. We will, says Officer Paul. We became Lynn's avenging angels and challenged Betsy and that gang to a fight after Betsy broke Lynn's leg, and I can tell that all of our training literally paid off. You know how much training do you need when like a few of you have super strength and like the rest of you have straight up superpowers, right? If I had a bully and I could shoot fire out of my hands, I wouldn't train for even a minute. I'd go up to him, call him an asshole, and then boom, now his face is melted. Except I wouldn't do that because guess what? Literally every person on earth has heard. Okay, not literally, but most people have probably heard Uncle Ben say, with great power comes great responsibility. You'd think JD would know that, considering he seems to love the hell out of cartoons and superheroes and magic and bull fucking shit. Okay, I'm getting off track. Also, just kind of stupid, you know. Like we became Lynn's avenging angels. Probably thinks he looks so cool saying that. challenged Betsy to a fight and she broke Lynn's leg, and I can tell you that training literally paid off. Blah 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 blah. It sure did. We're off to file charges on these clowns. I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing stuff. Says Officer Paul. You will pay for this, Lynn. I doubt it. I will break out of jail and I will get even, says Betsy. How? She's got superpowers. Besides, Lynn did like the least. I guess she still threw the rocks at you, but still. I have my hand at her. I have my hand at her face? Okay, I have my hand to her face. Talk to the hand, I say, imitating Arnold Schwarzenegger. The cops all drove off. That was so cool. That was so cool. Back at the Loud House, I was explaining what went down at the park. So you guys all fought and took down the ruthless Black Daffodil Gang? Asks Lynn Sr. Is that the gang we fought? I ask. Black Daffodil? These guys sound evil, says Marie. You just met them. They caused a huge number of problems. They caused a huge number of problems over the last 5 years, and they terrorized Detroit, says Rita. Whoa, that's terrible, I say. I had no idea we were fighting a vicious gang like that. Vicious? The only vicious ones were you fucking maniacs. I'll be honest, Max pulling out the knife was the worst thing that they've done. The worst. As for all the rest, all they got was beaten and battered. As far as I can tell, no one other than Max had a weapon, and they were simply doing a fist fight. God, I hate this. I love this. I love this. Lynn, I had no idea Betsy was part of such a vicious gang, says Jesse. I had no idea either, says Lynn. None of us did, but I'm glad we took them off the streets and ended their reign of terror, says me, I say. That's good, but how did Lynn get earth powers like me, asks Tara. Let me check here, I say. I look at I look at my book of legends and discover a very strange occurrence. It's gonna be some bullshit like, oh yes, only only when a child is being defended by her family and has a broken limb and is in a park will she get the powers of who knows what. Lynn was blessed by the earthquake of Guabensex. Guabensex. I'm assuming the C is pronounced as an S. Or maybe it's Benkex. Guabenkex, I'll call that. Since sex is a dirty word. The goddess of volcanoes and earthquakes in the Caribbean Tanos tribe. Once every 100 years, uh, Giwa Benkex grants anyone worthy her powers of earth. They are given the powers of the earth and can form mountains, volcanoes, islands, and hills, as well as crystals, rocks, and minerals, and possess winged. Of course, they've got winged flight. Who wouldn't have winged flight? It's earth powers. Of course, you're going to sprout wings. Hey, why did now that I don't know why I'm only now realizing this, but like, why was the only thing that happened to Starfire? Because it was implied she got struck by the lightning that also gave Lincoln and Linka their electric powers. The only thing that happened is she got wings and nothing else. Like, what? Did JD just really want Starfire to have wings? It's his type, I guess. Um, They're given the powers of the earth, blah 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 blah, blah and possess winged flight, but it can only happen 2 days after a worthy soul has been injured. Oh, great! That's very specific and very stupid. Does it have to be like a certain level of injury? I'm sure, considering she plays sports, that Lynn would have been injured in one way or another beforehand. Like, oh, I scraped my knee. Is that good enough? Ooh, I got the wind knocked out of me. What if she's like, what if she worked out or something and she's got just horrible, horrible muscle fatigue and it fucking hurts even to move her arms? That is that injury? I guess it's not injury. It's fatigue, like I said. And Lynn got injured 2 days ago, says Marie. I had no idea. Yeah, says Lynn. That's amazing. Wow, says Tara. I had no idea there were so many legends around the world, and most of these are how some of you guys got your powers, asks Raven. She's becoming self-aware. She's questioning The legitimacy. It literally surprised us, Raven. Lanny was the first of us to get her powers, says Lori. This family has been blessed in more ways than one, says Volcana. Earth is a very destructive and powerful force, I say. All the better to use on people who make you mad. Yeah, Tara, do you think you could teach me? Is that why they brought all these fucking people? Like, oh yes, we need Raven to teach Lucy how to use her powers better. This would have been a lot better. Like the day before any of the characters that are asking to be trained got their powers. Like, I mean, the first character. Let's just assume it's Lucy. Let's assume Lucy was the first to get her powers. These guys should have showed up the day before or after, or even the day of. And then you could be all like, oh, hey, can I be trained? And at least then you've got some excuse for why they can all just use their powers like that the next chapter. Whatever. Do you think you could learn more of my powers? Asks Lynn. I'd be more than happy to, says Tara. When we first met Tara, she couldn't control her powers completely. We managed to figure it out, says Robin, who is here, I forgot. Oh, I had no idea, Robin. I'm sorry. What do you mean you had no idea? You had no idea you couldn't control your powers or that they managed to figure it out? In what way did you have no idea? Because they would have had to do something regarding you, and unless they fucking injected you with some kind of serum to make you control your powers better when you were asleep, you had to have known. It's okay, says Robin. I was shocked myself, says Beast Boy. There was a knock at the door and I answered it. It was the police. Oh, good. The police chief, Douglas Mollinex? Chief Mollinex, what can we do you for? I ask. The mayor has called you and everyone in this household to a special award ceremony at City Hall, says Chief Mollinex. We're on our way, I say. At Detroit Hall, the mayor had me, Varee, Jesse Starfire, Argent, Volcana, Raven, Lynn, Lincoln and Linka, Lucy, Laney, Lana, and Lola there as he made his speech. My family was there too. Right, because they still exist. Mr. Mayor says, I shouldn't have started with that. It it is with great pride in the city of Detroit that I give the key of the city to you, J.D. Knudsen. I see the mayor is rather, um, you know, comfortable, rather friendly with JD here, not even using his actual name in this official ceremony. You know, if his name was Richard, would you be like, "I give you the key to the city, Dick Knudsen"? I don't think so. Varee Knudsen. So Varee's already taken his JD's last name. Fuck me. I think I probably already knew that, but figure I would point it out. Anyways, the key to the city to you, JD Knudsen, Varee Knudsen, Jesse Banan, Starfire, Argent, Volcana, Raven. What did they do? And Lynn, Lincoln, and Linka, Lucy, Laney, and Lana, and Lola. Why? Why did you do it like that? Firstly, Lincoln and Linka, that's annoying. And then you go Lucy, then you go Laney, and then you go and Lana and Lola Loud for outstanding heroism in the capture and apprehension of the nefarious Black Daffodil Gang. That's just so stupid! Jesus, man, I'm having a really annoying time reading those goddamn commas separated lists. He hands us each a key to the city. Each and everyone applauded for us. My family was weeping tears of joy. Of course they are. Aren't it? I thought the key to the city was like a big thing. How many did they have? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's truly a great honor. In all honesty, we had no idea that we were fighting a dangerous and vicious gang that has been terrorizing the city. They're kids. They're kids. They had to have been. Right? Because what street gang would answer Betsy's call? Like, oh yeah, I need help beating up these kids I know. And then like an actual straight up adult teenager to adult gang is like, oh yeah, we've got your back, little girl. They have to be kids. Whatever. It happens most of the time, says Mr. Mayor. The fuck it does? Whatever. The member of the Black Daffodil Gang were found guilty of numerous crimes, including murder, assault and battery, arson, armed robbery, several weapons violations, and numerous counts of theft. They were all sentenced to 5 consecutive sentences of life. why not say life sentences, in prison without parole, plus 4,982 years? Why is that even a. Who cares? It's fucking 5 life sentences. I'm pretty sure they'll die in prison, even with the best behavior. Even if. Betsy Davis was found guilty of assault and battery and first class conspiracy. She was sentenced to 25 years in prison in order to pay the Loud House $3 million in restitution for breaking a leg on, I can only assume, like a soccer field or just some general sports field that could easily be implied to have been an accident. Even if it wasn't. Even if it wasn't. Strapping $3 million of debt onto a fucking kid and 25 years in prison. How the hell is she going to pay that off? She's not going to make it through prison. Some other. It's a female prison, so yeah. Some other girl is going to like see her and rip her in half. Just cuz, gotta look tough. Shannon Duluth had her former parents arrested and she testified against them. They were found guilty of 4 counts of first-degree murder, Jesus, and were sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms plus 850 years for child abuse, drug possession, and more. Shannon was adopted into the Loud House and was in a new good home. The end. Another fanfiction complete. I wanted to add an action-packed fight to this story that involved everyone. Shannon's Shannon's past was way dark. But I hope it doesn't sadden some people. It made me a little bit more angry than sad. The adding of a dangerous gang was totally not planned, but it was my first idea that came to my mind for the end of this story. Because, you had to. Otherwise, how would you help justify the just awful, awful way that things turned out? You can't just give 5 consecutive life sentences and $3 million to well, I guess they don't all whatever. You can't just do that to random people, random kids who decided to help um, Bessie fight her rival. They have to actually be like really bad people who kill and steal and destroy and. um. Anyway, tell me what you all think. See you next time. Merry Christmas, everyone. Like and subscribe.